Hey guys, Stony Redneck here. Made a lot of changes this week. I'm going to try to remember them all. But first obvious change is I rearranged these grow beds. I had them staggered if you go back and look at the old videos. Problem was when I stuck that trellis up there, I didn't have a way to get inside the plants over here. It made it a pain in the butt. I had to either step over the grow beds or crawl under the trellis, and I didn't like that, so I moved them this way. It's not a big deal. I kind of did it the other way to make sure I had room to get a wheelbarrow in here if I needed to, but now that I know I can move these without too much effort, I'll just move them if I need to get a wheelbarrow in here. Leave them like this so it's easy to access everything. Currently, sweet potatoes still doing great. I haven't dug any of them out to make sure there's actually sweet potatoes down there, but the plants look good. The green look good. Got all these look good as well. Everything's really looking good. The squash has really started to blow up this week. I mean, if you look back, it wasn't real big, but it's all the way up here climbing this trellis now, so it's doing real good. I have this pepper plant. It's not doing good. Didn't really expect it to, but it was an extra one in aquaponics. I didn't want that many, and I'll show you here in a little bit. I got rid of a few things there. The Asian greens popping up, starting to look real good. Everything going on over here. I finally had to actually go in and thin out this cucumber plant a little bit, get rid of some of the runners. I pretty much just kept 4 main vines. Now I'll just leave it like that. I'm not sure if somebody watches this video and knows. I don't know if I can clip that main runner off there and just stop them, because I don't really want them to start drooping down, but I'm not sure what that does to the plant. So if anybody watches this has any idea, please feel free to comment and let me know. Everything else over on this side doing about the same as it was last week. I don't think there's any incredible differences, although I guess I'll take a shot of this okra right here because it is popping up quite nice. Again, don't know what that is. I'm gonna go with deal until somebody proves me wrong, but it's popping up and doing okay. Still struggling with the strawberries. I've kind of given up on these until it gets cooler. Now we got broccoli looking good over here, and what I think is carrots right there. Still looking crappy bush. Grapevine still doing fine. Everything else is doing fine. This is where I made a lot of changes too. If you guys remember from last week, I had 5 tomato plants growing across all that. Ended up keeping 2, and I made a bonehead move when I kept 2. The one that was actually in this cup and went up this way actually had an arm or a branch that went out over this way, and I thought this plant was actually going all the way to the top of the trellis. When I cut everything down, I got to looking, there was one that I just had already cut off right there that made this look bigger. All I kept was this. Not a huge deal. I probably end up getting rid of that plant too, because I have some cherry tomatoes that my wife liked that I started here and here and over here, which I'll only keep 1 or 2 of those plants. And then I moved what I've been calling dragon peppers. These are actually, I look back at the order from a couple years back when I ordered them, they're called dragon cayenne peppers. So I've been calling them wrong, but I'm still excited to see what I get from those. I had 3 plants, like I said. These were the 2 best ones. I moved them up against the trellis to just reduce some of the load on this system, and remove the 3 other tomato plants to remove some of the load on this system. I haven't really noticed anything crazy yet with this, but you know, it always had good big amount of tomatoes, just not real big ones. Still turning red before they get real big, but it's only been a week, so I don't expect anything magical there. Everything else is going well. I actually have 2 jalapeno plants, one that I'm going to get rid of to give to my neighbor here shortly. Got my strawberries doing well, but I also started some squash back here just to see if I could get some of these clippings going. They don't look real good right now because it's just going through the heat of the day, but everything looking pretty good. Do have one question for anybody that happens to watch this video. I'm looking for some way to cover these other than what I'm doing right there. I'm thinking maybe some corrugated roofing, just cut out what I need to get the plumbing in, or I don't know. I'm not sold on it. Still looking for a good idea if anybody has one. Other than that, everything's pretty much the same as it was last week. One parting visual here is these big old beautiful green bell peppers popping up right there. Excited about that as well. Besides that, nothing new. See you guys next week.